I always laugh when we come out of when Buck Cherry Crazy Bitch is the last song before the show. I always laugh because I think of like viral videos where women are walking down the aisle to that song. I just love it.
It's so great.
What a great, like, in that America. Context, it's a great redneck anthem. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. Hi. Hello. Well, my name's Alan Cox. They just said it, but I'll say it again. Thanks for being here. Say hi to Bill Squire. He's right over there.
Hey, creepy hugs, everyone. Thanks for listening to and watching this episode of the Alan Cox Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. A cold one with the boys.
Mary Santora is out. She will join us Monday and Tuesday from Nashville. Poundcake is back in Studio G.
Afternoon, white people.
We'll get to Poundcake's weigh-in a little bit later on in the show. JB Smoove is calling in later on as well. Love JB Smoove.
He's at the Agora on Saturday, right?
He is. Physical therapy tour. It's been a minute since he's been on the show. So we'll chat with him. We'll get to some calls. We'll get to some messages off the app. I'll get to Terry the Goat's Week 11 picks. She picked Thursday Night Football, Monday Night Football, and the Browns game that's going to allegedly happen in Buffalo on Sunday. Oh, by the way, and don't sleep on the fact that Tiny Poundcake, I put him in the tree. So the Christmas tree, Tiny Poundcake is
I see him.
Yeah.
How did I miss that? He's just stuck up there.
Because he's...
He looks great up there.
Yeah, I wasn't going to be able to get him on top in place of the star, so I just had him kind of, it's like he's carrying an ornament under his arm as though he's going to a Friendsgiving or something. If you want to join us, you can get us on the phone, 216-578-1007, 800-348-1007, 35192 to send me a text. You might have seen already what happened this morning right outside the window of our showcase studio here. It finally happened.
Perks of working downtown.
Perks of being in the right place at the right time. But... so let me set the table here. I put it at my Instagram. It's at the Alan Cox Show Facebook page. It's on our... I put it everywhere. So I'm sitting in here. This probably happened maybe around 11 this morning. And I'm sitting in here, and there's people walking by all the time. It's not a big deal. The snow had just stopped. It had been lightly snowing down here, and the sun was kind of starting to peek out a little bit, but it's still very cold. And so there's all kinds of people walking by. And there are two guys who I don't even know if they knew each other. And it wouldn't have even caught my eye until the one guy started very wildly gesticulating towards the other guy. It's very cinematic in how this broke out. So I'm sitting here, and out of my periphery, I see there's like a big, and I'll show you the video if you're watching the live stream and you haven't seen it. There's a big, tall, white guy, tiny black dude. And again, I don't know if they know each other because I couldn't hear through this window. Soundproof. For the most part. Towards the end of the video, you'll hear the squad cars got there in 2 seconds flat. But, and so the little black guy walks by first. And the big tall dude is walking maybe 10 feet behind him. And he's carrying a case of Labatt Blue. And he's calling ahead to the other guy. Somebody told me later on that he was accusing the guy of smoking crack. I don't know any of that. Don't know any of that. But what caught my eye is when the big dude stops walking, stands, points at the guy and starts screaming. So then my ears perk up and I go, oh. And I got my phone ready and I switch it to video.
And at no point they looked back at you and was like, hey, this guy's filming us.
No, I don't think that happens. Because really, when you're walking by our studio here, there is, because it's multi-paned glass, there is a certain amount of reflection. So you kind of have to really look in here to see what's going on. You can walk by and see, but I don't think anybody who's out. And again, they're not paying attention to me. I'm paying attention to them. And the dude in front comes back into the frame of the window, charges the big dude with the beer, and then I go, whoa! And I start filming, and I got a little bit of it. I didn't get the blood later on. The car in the background of this ends up with blood all over the hood of the car.
Oh, how pissed we should be if you came out and were like, my car!
That's what I was saying, because when I was done filming this, I run when it looks like you'll see them fall between cars onto the street here.
And then that one leg just kind of popped back in the frame.
Yeah, but then I run out of the studio and I go, there's a fight. And by that time, everybody's kind of seen something and glommed on. And I go to the next room. And then a bunch of cops show up, and a bunch of them were like in their dress blues, like they had come from a cop funeral or something. I don't know. And then a squad car pulls up, but then they get up, and it was all kind of a blur at that point. But at one point, I noticed that there was a lot of blood on the hood of this car.
Ooh.
And I was like, imagine later on if, because by the time this all got cleaned up, somebody told me like one of the cops pulled out like I don't know if he carries a bum fight blood rag with him or what, but he like is wiping so by the time the person got back to their car, there would have been no sign that anything like that had happened. If you're watching the live stream, I'll play the video here that I took and posted this morning. There's really no sound.
Yeah.
Just from in here in the studio. How do I make this bigger? Can I full screen on Instagram? I guess I could maybe see and wait for his foot to come back out there. Underneath. And so there they go. So he drops the whole case of Labatt. Somebody called it assault and Labattery. That's pretty. A lot of good comments from people, by the way. Yeah. Pants said Labatt black and blue. And so I run into the other. So it's like kind of the money shot is right there where they're going at it. But the little guy, man, he just takes this guy down.
Yeah, he just rips
knows
him
what
down.
He's doing. Yeah. So I was like, finally, what I was promised when we came downtown has finally happened. Because what were we always saying when we were back at Oak Tree? Oh, big people putting their balls in the window all the time. It has been, again, I'm not inviting anyone to do that, but just by virtue of being down here, I thought there would be a lot more of this. And so, and they got the people who walk up and down the street here from the downtown Cleveland Alliance, where they're kind of keeping the sidewalk clean. There's a guy just hanging back like, I'm going to have to clean this up too.
Mm-hmm.
But when all was said and done, I don't even know if they hauled anybody off. The big guy, I saw him talking to somebody else, and he was trying to retrieve the remnants of his case of beer and putting them back in. And about 20 minutes later, he trudged eastward down Euclid with whatever was left of his case of Labatt. But, boy, that was fun to watch. And then, so I have to imagine the person who comes back and finds, not because for all the fighting these guys did, neither of the cars that they fell between got any damage to them. So they fell between like a Ford, something that's still there, and then like a VW Jetta that ended up with blood in its hood.
I wonder where they got that VW.
Probably classic of VW. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, if you don't think I'm going to work that into my commercial a little bit later on, you are...
Can't wait to hear it.
Hells
it's gonna
yes.
be so great.
At German Engineering, boy, it can withstand anything out there on the mean streets of the CLE. So
that was another one of the comments.
What's that?
Was the withstain comment.
Yeah.
That was
withstain on the brain?
By
shall remain?
Raj, my buddy that just had to go back to India.
Deported?
Yeah, he likes making fun of Poundcake's lack of English skills when English is his second language.
It's still fresh to him,
but,
okay?
But it's also less a lack and more an unnecessary addition.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's fascinating. Anywho, that video there, you can see it at our Facebook page or at my Instagram or TikTok or whatever. This is just a little bit of fun on a Thursday morning.
When we got that, I was very excited when that came in.
Sent to the group chat first.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's a fun little scuffle.
That's right. Honey, I swear to God, I got AIDS from the hood of my car. I don't know. I'm telling you, I swear to God. I don't know how. Let me take a break here. Next chance for you to grab some money, by the way. 2:30, I'll have another keyword for you to go fund yourself. So listen for those because you get a bunch of them today to grab $1,000. 35192 on a text, and we'll be back.